Well, I find this action shockingly reckless and irresponsible because this very decision went the other way just a couple of weeks ago. But it's also especially shocking for a lame duck, not even lame duck, a dead in the water administration that has been repudiated to be putting the world at risk this way. It's disgusting, is what it is. It also shows the profound flaws of our political system. One person, ostensibly, we don't even know whether it's him anymore because we don't hear from him. He may not. He may not be even responsible for this, but in the name of one person, without public debate on an existential issue, on a decision that was explained to us just a couple of weeks ago, the Pentagon rejected this proposal. This went ahead. No debate, no discussion, no deliberation, no explanation, no word to the American people. It's absolutely extraordinary. It shows the profound recklessness and irresponsibility of the Biden administration. I think it makes anyone watching this feel a sigh of relief that this administration is not continuing. Frankly, this is the most disgraceful foreign policy that I have seen. It's also amazing that on a decision like this, we don't hear a peep from the President of the United States, who we don't know whether he's functional. This is one of the problems. But if he is, we ought to hear something from him. And if he is not, then the idea that some aides or advisors are making decisions like this with a non-functioning president is even more grotesque to contemplate. It was said by the Pentagon it could not alter the course of the war, but it could be a tripwire that would lead to nuclear escalation. This is just incredible how these people act. It's mind-boggling, truly. And what's also mind-boggling, Judge, is if you look at our mainstream media, which is pathetic, round the clock, no real reaction to this because we don't have serious people treating the issues of life and death and survival of the planet seriously. We just don't. And we have seen one failed assessment after the next. This is a failed administration, and it should not, just on principle, be making decisions like this because it is on its way out, and it should not be making fundamental decisions that in any event, in a functioning political system, would be deliberated. But there's no deliberation at all. There's just announcements. These are people without sense and without legitimacy. And this is an extraordinarily dangerous situation. It's a disgrace. If missiles started striking the United States, Russian missiles that were targeted by Russian technicians, that were Russian built, that were Russian managed, that were flying on Russian targeting, even if someone else pressed the button that the Russians had set up, I hope people will reflect how they would feel about that. They would feel that Russia has attacked the United States, and they would understand that the consequences could well be world war. What is this? What are we watching? This is a kind of gamble that no sane leader, no competent, mentally competent leader would make, especially with a few weeks left of a term in office. there's not a scintilla of evidence that moral considerations have ever come into the minds of these people. After all, there are hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians dead on their watch because of a war that Biden could easily have prevented and that could have been stopped, in fact, with an agreement that was already initialed in March 2022. So I would not use the word moral to have anything to do with how these people think, act, behave, or frame any issue.